moving on to our final recipe. We're almost there. We're all pretty exhausted, but we're doing this. Bella, why don't you lead us off with those nutrition tips?
Sure, we are doing it. So the last recipe for today is the tahini cookies, and they look beautiful. I actually wanted to ask, the pictures, are the pictures your food that you sent with the recipes? Okay, but the others were? Beautiful.
I made it a couple of days. It's on my Instagram page. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Which we're going to get to in a second, because I need you to plug your Instagram, because it is gorgeous.
Oh, wow. Okay. So the tahini cookies, I would say, are a pretty good snack in the middle of the day, because they're also high in fiber, or it could be like a small treat at the end of the meal. So the tahini paste you're using, the sesame seeds, having the black and white, the almond flour provides that little fiber boost. And it gets us closer. Like, we need to get about a minimum 25 grams of fiber a day, 25 to 38. Most of us have trouble getting there. So having this combination in this cookie also gets us closer to meeting that. And the fiber slows digestion. So it can curb your hunger. It can also help with blood sugar control. So yes, it's a cookie, but I'm going to say it's like a guilt-free cookie that you can have at any time.
I eat it raw. I taste it because it's there's no eggs, nothing. You can eat it raw.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was looking at that. And the other thing, it's gluten-free. So there's no gluten in it. So I think
to tell you the truth, this is not it's not a Lebanese, but it's the tahini. Yeah, it's not Lebanese because I read a lot and see a lot of. So I found it on a page. There's many. We eat tahini with carob molasses at home. We mix them together. It will be like a mixture. Jeremy had tasted this before. We have it like when in halawa, it's with sugar. They make it like a dessert, but this is when we use halawa in desserts. So now I found this cookie and I find it very, it's very close to our traditions. So yeah.
So it's inspired from a lot of the ingredients that we typically
like use. When they'll cook in the future, it will become Lebanese one day.
Exactly. Yes, for sure.
So you took us back to Nutrition Month saying, right? Ingredients for a healthier tomorrow, future.
Tahini sometimes, to cook pan when we make like cookies or cake. So we use tahini instead of grease and flour the pan. So we use tahini. It's also do the trick.
Beautiful. Okay, so why don't we get started? Talk us through it. Suha, first thing is I guess the wet ingredients, right? So the tahini and the honey first.
Yeah, you can in any order. I usually put, you put the dry ingredients first because I don't want to leave the tahini sticking to the base of the bowl.
Let's do it. Okay, so dry ingredients. So we're adding a little over a cup of almond flour, correct?
Yes.
Now, almond flour, it's essentially just finely ground flour or finely ground almonds.
Yeah, you can.
So I guess you can grind them up yourself if you can't find. And it's about a cup and a tablespoon. Was that?
It's 1 cup and a tablespoon. Yeah, I use the scale. I use because it's like 100 grams. It's easy. The recipe you can easily memorize it. So it's like 100 grams almond, 100 grams tahini, 90 maple syrup. I put less because we like it a bit less sweet. And the rest is vanilla with the baking soda. That's all.
All right, beautiful. Okay, so we're going to say this is 100 grams. It feels like 100 grams. This is my hand scale. And then we're going to add the baking soda.
Yep.
So these are dried. Mix that up. And then we're going to go ahead, with the wet. So I guess the conventional measure on the recipe you sent me, it's about half a cup of the tahini.
Yep.
And this is, again, brand wise, I had to just double check with you before. We're okay. We got the thumbs up.
Yes, yes.
Might be backwards.
And she has a good tip for this, right? You want to give your tip?
Oh yes, love your tip.
Tahini, if you don't use it readily, it tends to have a residue at the bottom, because the oil will float. It's sesame ground to a paste, like almond butter and peanut butter. So when you store it, just close it well and upside down. Then you use it till the last drop.
I love that. Yeah, that's exactly how I store it.
Stir it, yeah.
I love that tip. That's how I will be storing it from now on. So great tip. Okay, so we have the tahini, we have the almond flour. Now we're going to go in with the sweetener. So we're using honey.
Okay.
But you said you can use maple syrup too, right?
Yeah.
And about how much? Like about 4 tablespoons or so, 5 tablespoons.
No, I don't think it's very thick. I think by weight, you shouldn't put 5.
Okay.
Because it's like 90 grams of.
90 grams, right?
Honey,
Okay.
yeah.
Have our honey there, and then vanilla.
Yep.
And so you can go, I guess, vanilla extract. A little bit of vanilla in there. Now, I think we talked about this earlier. You mentioned that you can also add like orange zest to it.
Yeah, the last time I made it, I added orange zest. I loved it.
So I also added orange zest before, because when you said that, I love the idea of orange zest and tahini, the combination. So you know what? We're gonna have a little orange zest here. I guess this is optional. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Add a coarser grind. It's okay. Okay, and that's it, right?
Yep.
Pretty simple.
Yeah. It's one bowl, no processor, so no.
Yeah,
I
one bowl.
probably would eat that raw too, I have to say. But
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? It's vegan, right? There's no. Oh, I guess the honey. If you're using honey, it's not going to make.
but no way, like you're right. You don't have to worry about it. You can have it like that. It could be that cookie dough. Yeah.
So, am I doing this correct? Like we're mixing it until everything is incorporated.
Yeah.
And so I guess it resembles almost like a soft peanut butter.
Yep.
At this point, in the bowl, it should clean the bowl. I guess it gets pretty clean at this point. And now we're ready to roll.
Yeah. This recipe makes like between 12 and 15 cookies.
Okay, so about 12 and 15 cookies. And now we're rolling this in some sesame seed, which I love. Now, the one I got, and I don't mention in the recipe to use black and white, the one that I did pick up at the Middle Eastern grocery store was a combination, which is great. But if you can't find both, I guess is one, like it's just white sesame, okay?
Are they toasted, these ones, or are they raw?
These are not, but would you like them toasted?
Yeah, lightly toasted, yeah. But they will toast in the oven, but I prefer to, yeah.
Okay, so we'll say optional, you can toast it in advance. All right, beautiful. All right, so how much?
They don't take much, time in the oven to toast. It's like only 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes maximum.
Right. So about, what are we looking at? About a tablespoon?
Yes. Like the cookie scooper, it's the same size.
Oh, true. So I guess you can use like a cookie scooper too. And then roll it in the sesame, right?
Yep.
And then onto the pan.
And if you find them, it depends. If you use maple syrup, it tends to be a bit softer. It's like it needs time for the almond to absorb the maple syrup. So you can put it aside until it's a bit more manageable. Okay.
All right, that's good to know too. So this rolls pretty easily, like, and it doesn't stick, probably because of all the, there's the fat from the
tahini,
right?
Yeah.
It makes it really, really easy. And after we roll them, we're gonna press them, but then I think you said you wanted to refrigerate, right? You wanted to chill in the refrigerator?
Yeah, while you're heating the oven, you chill a bit, but you press them before you put in the oven.
Okay. So why don't I show, because I did a few in
You can do
advance.
either way. I think they won't get very hard, but yes.
Why don't we show everyone quickly how to, I guess, press them? So you can use, I guess, the bottom of like a glass. Or,
Yes, or a jar.
And how thick are we looking for?
This well, no, just one press, yeah, like this.
That's okay.
Yeah.
They're talking about meditative activities, and this looks like just pressing down on the cookie looks like a very meditative, satisfying activity.
Children will have fun doing this because it's very easy. It's not
Messy.
Mhm.
Well, I'm a grown child, so this was very enjoyable for me. And yes, the squishing and the pressing of the cookie is incredibly satisfying. So definitely try it out. I have to say, though, I did not make them very consistent. So I guess we're looking for consistent size. They're all a little different.
Beautiful things are don't have to be like measured.
I appreciate that. All right, so we're gonna finish the rest. You're gonna refrigerate it for about 10-15 minutes.
Yeah. When the oven is hot enough, it rings. Then you can just remove them. You don't have to time it.
Beautiful. Oh, and then into the oven, and we're baking for how long?
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Yeah. You
And
know
the
what?
temp?
I put that because if you put it like on the not the lower shelf in the oven, the third one from where you put the cakes,
Right.
the level you put the cakes, and you find it a little. You can put it up on the top at the end after 8 minutes. Put it higher it on the upper shelf and turn off the oven for like a couple of minutes.
That's good.
Yes.
So, and the temp I think was 355. You wrote down?
Yes, 350, 355. This is what the recipe said.
Oh,
but
okay,
it
so
depends,
350.
on your oven.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Like I can see your oven has, it's one side is a bit more darker than the other side.
yes,
Yeah.
I didn't want to show you that side because that was a little
So you
ashamed.
can turn the tray by 4 minutes. You can turn the tray to the what we call it.
Yeah,
rotate the
Rotate
tray.
it. Right.
Yeah.
Just to get some even.
And pressing it
brown.
just to have even cooking. You press it flat. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just to have even cooking of the whole cookie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and this is. I had to stop myself because I would have probably eaten the entire thing before our show started. These are delicious. They are incredible. And I know you mentioned about it. You're going to press it about 1/3 of an inch, and that would probably give it a little more chew. This one I press a little bit flatter, so it has a bit of crispiness, but also a little bit of chew as well. So I guess it depends on how you like it, right? I guess if you like it crispy, then you can press it a little bit thinner, right?
Yeah.
There it is, broken in half. Again, Danielle, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to make these at
I
home.
know, I'm gonna have to make myself.
And
These
you didn't
delicious.
tell her about the aroma of the kitchen when baking them.
No.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
people are wandering by our kitchen here. There's some glass covering, and they want to get in, but I'm not allowing them. So.
And if you want more ammunition for it being guilt-free, I'm just looking at my notes about the tahini and the sesame seeds. They're also good protein, right? There's also some good protein in there. So we talked about the fiber, healthy fats, but I forgot to mention that you're getting a pretty good amount of protein.
And tahini has copper, has selenium. There are a lot of antioxidants for the immune system. It's a mix of monosaturated and polyunsaturated, so it's a very very good fat.
Yeah.
Tell me they're guilt-free then.
Yep. You can add some, crushed pistachio, coarsely chopped pistachio. In Syria, they have something similar with a lot of sesame around it, but it's made with ghee and flour, and they have pieces of pistachio in it. So there is no harm in incorporating more almonds or whatever, nuts.
I'm in my happy place. Thank you.
You deserve it after today.
Well,
enjoy.
We did it. 3 recipes. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Yeah. And Suha. for joining us and for teaching us these incredible, delicious Lebanese recipes and Lebanese inspired recipes, I guess, from the ingredients. Again, maybe Maria, can you mention the website for Colorectal Cancer Canada if people do want to find out some more information?
Yeah. So as we mentioned, March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. So we have a lot going on this month. Our website is www.colorectalcancercanada.com. We do have a patient annual conference happening May 18th and 19th. So just for patients, caregivers, survivors to learn more about their disease, their prognosis, or what to do after even surviving colorectal cancer. And we also have our 5K, 10K walk run happening this year. It's live finally. So in 5 cities, it's a walk run. You can come with your family, with your friends. It's very kid friendly as well. So to raise awareness about colorectal cancer and also just raise funds for our organization. So we'll be happy to see you there. And if you can't join live, you can also join virtual this year. So as everything in this world, we have a bit of both.
Hybrid.
Hybrid of everything.
Hybrid.
Thanks
And
again.
I love the name. Yeah, thank you for joining us. And it's Push for Your Tush. correct?
For your tush, yeah. That's what I'm wearing.
Wearing the shirt, Push for Your Tush.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh,
Thank you.
push for your tush. I love it.
We're going to include the links in the description and the video down below, so you can check those out. And then one more plug, Maria and Suha, I think is you have an amazing Instagram page with all of your recipes and delicious creations. Can you please let us know how we can find that?
Yeah, so a good 10 years ago, we created this food blog for my mom. So she, after she stopped practicing, she always had a passion for baking, for cooking. So we created an Instagram and Facebook page for her. It's called The Food Architects. And our tagline is building your appetite one course at a time. So I'm a lucky daughter to have a good chef cooking.
Absolutely.
Every day.
Yes.
Hopefully
Let
I'll
her
take
know,
after
remind her.
her.
Well, thank you, Satyen. Is that
Yeah.
right? All right. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Check it out.
Good
And
job.
we'll make sure to include that link also as well. It's an amazing Instagram page. Lots of delicious recipes and food
Thank
pictures
you.
on there.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. Again, happy Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Happy Nutrition Month. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Join us for our next cooking and nutrition class in April. Double checking. It's the third Thursday.
The date. Yes.
Third Thursday. Do we have the date? And it is
I don't.
21st. Got it.
Okay. Great.
21st of April, next class. Join us. You can check out our live stream on our YouTube channel. And all of our recipes will be posted on our website, elixirkitchen.ca. Thank you again,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.